What's up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Ominaya. You're listening to Team Focus Radio with So Focus, baby. Yeah!
The Union, baby. It's the Union.
You know what it is, Team Focus Radio. I'm your host, So Focus. I'm back in New York with the one and only DJ Ominaya. What's going on, my brother?
Chilling, man. What's good?
Appreciate it. Just these questions real fast. So you're from the BX, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is it like growing up in the Bronx?
You know, you gotta have thick skin. I mean, growing up in the Bronx is like pretty much growing up in any hood. You gotta be able to adapt to your surroundings and, you know, make it out.
Okay. All right. So you was working with DJ G Storm.
Yeah, G Storm.
He got you into the whole interview, the whole radio thing, or yep. So can you speak with that a little bit? Excuse me.
So G Storm was he was a DJ that I used to play baseball when I was younger, and he used to play baseball, but he was a little bit older than me. But he had DJ equipment already, and after practice we used to just go to his crib, like a few of us, have lunch. His mom would cook lunch, and then one time he was like, "Yo, y'all ever dealt with DJ equipment or whatever?" I was like, "Nah, I don't even know what it was," and he showed it to me, and just been a rap ever since.
Definitely. But how important are DJs to hip hop?
DJs are very important, man. I mean, DJs are pretty much the bridge between some of the artists and the audience, because in the parties or radio or whatever, we're the ones playing the music and breaking the music to some of these people that will probably never hear it. If they don't listen to radio, they go to a party, they're going to hear the music, or, you just DJing online or whatever it is, they're going to hear the music. So, we're kind of like the glue to the artists and the audience.
Right. Because you actually started doing internet radio first, correct?
Yep.
Because there's a lot of DJs who ask me, like, how do I get on commercial radio or get on radio, period? Mm-hmm. So how do you go about, what was the process of getting to actual radio?
So for me, back in the days, getting on radio was like unheard of. Like, you had to really be with somebody or know somebody connected in radio. So I started my own internet radio station. I was like, man, forget this. I'm going to just do this for myself. And from starting that, it kind of like groomed me into learning how to actually do regular radio, because a lot of people don't know a lot goes into doing radio. Talk breaks. You got to know when to talk, when not to talk, how much to talk, how long to play a record, what records to play, so all of that, plays a part. But I feel like internet radio groomed a lot of DJs who are on radio now. Because back in the days, there was like A-list radio. There was this thing I had called Sick Mix Radio. There was all type of internet radio stations, and a lot of the DJs were doing that because they couldn't get on regular radio. So, kind of groomed them into being ready for regular radio. Right.
And you also go on the Wendy Williams show as well, right?
Yep.
So how'd you get on there?
The Wendy Williams show came about. Shout out to DJ Booth and my old manager Fresh. They, Booth was the DJ there. And I was his backup. Whenever he would go on tour, I would cover the show and whatnot. And then I eventually got busy. We both were out on tour. They brought in a couple other DJs. But then, I'm still there. Sus One is a DJ now. Shout out to Sus One, was my guy. And I still cover that show as well. So it pretty much came about when he started hitting the road with Nicki Minaj and Fabulous. Yeah. And then they put me in.
Right. Also, got to give a quick shout out to DJ Will and DJ Mr. Famous. And that's to my next question, because you're also down with the union.
Yes.
Right? So there's a lot of DJs out there. Like, how'd you get down with the union? Because there's so many DJs. Like, what was about you that somebody decided to put you down with them?
So the funny thing about joining the union was I knew some of the DJs already, like DJ Will. I knew Johnny Handsome. We were already doing clubs in the city together. And Self, I met Self in Puerto Rico when I was doing Idris Elba's birthday party. Like Memorial Weekend, like 06, 07, something like that. And that same party, Ed Lover was hosting that party. And that's when I met Ed Lover at the same party. And Self was like, yo, when you get back to New York, holla at me. I want to put you down with my team or whatever. We need a Latin DJ. They didn't have... I think I'm still like... This is why like two of us now. Yeah. But I was the only Latin DJ on the union. So he was like, yo, I want to put you down with the union. And then Ed Lover at the same time was like, yo, when you get back to New York, let's link up. And then we all met up, and Self was like, he thought I only played Spanish music. That was the funny part about the whole story. Because we was in Puerto Rico, and he caught me during like a reggaeton set.
Mm-hmm.
But I play everything. Like, I've always played everything. And he thought, yo, I'm going to get this Latin DJ. We'll have a Latin DJ for the union, which I still am. I play everything. But he thought I was strictly Latin. But when we got back, he was like, damn, like, you do everything. Like, I thought you just play Latin. I was like, nah. And then Ed Lover, that's when I became his DJ at the same time. And, you know, that's how that came about. Self, you know, was like, yo, I need a Latin DJ for the team.
And you're also a DJ for A Boogie.
Yep.
So how did that happen?
So A Boogie interviewed him maybe 6 to 8 months before I actually started DJing for him.
Sirius XM, right?
Yeah, with Superstar J. Shout out to Superstar J, Great Rizzy. Shout out to Don Q, QP, Bubba. They was all there. And we interviewed him at that show. They did a freestyle and stuff. You know, we just, casually seen each other around. Booth was DJing for Fab at the time. And Fab's old manager was managing Boogie. So then they were looking for a DJ. Booth couldn't really do it full time because he already had Nicki and Fab. So he was like, why don't y'all try to rock with O? He's from the Bronx too, whatever. Linked up with Boogie. We did a show in, I want to say Amadeus in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a teen show or something like that. Show was sold out. Line was around the corner, bananas. We never worked with each other a day in our life. Went in there. He literally got there like 10 minutes before we had to go on stage. He was like, yo, I want to do these records. He didn't have no show layout, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, let me try to put this together real quick because I already had show experience. And I put the show together. The shit worked out like without rehearsing or anything. And a few days later, his manager was like, yo, we want to rock with you. We want to do some more shows. Mm-hmm. And eventually just, became exclusive. Like, yo, you are DJ.
Right. You also have artists of your own, right?
Yeah. So I work with an artist named Koshi out of Long Beach, California. We're actually dropping a record this Friday, which is May 21st. And then I also work with an artist called Bags and Boss. He's from New York City. We just been putting singles out for the last couple years, building his buzz and doing stuff, and then my entertainment group is called Taj, TTAJJ, Taj Group. And that's where we put everything out on and stuff like that. And 1984 records.
So one time I was in the club, right? Just start to everybody, but mainly to every DJ, right? So I was in the club and I seen DJ Self, and basically it's like 20, 30 artists with thumb drives just trying to give him the music, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, how does he go about playing people's music? So what way do you go about deciding to play an artist's record?
My thing is with new artists, and this is a message for all new artists trying to get heard, trying to get your music to DJs. The wrong way to go about it is flooding DMs. We don't check DMs. We don't listen to music in DMs. Never have, never will. Tell you 100%. The next thing, don't just be aggressive and come up with your thumb drive like, yo, play my record. Don't work like that. The easiest way for you to get your record played with a DJ, go to a party the DJ's at, build with the DJ. Connect with him. Yo, what's up, man? My name is such and such. I'm an artist. How can we connect? How can I get you my music to possibly get you to play it or listen to it? That's one way to do it. Another way is, just be genuine, bro. Like, don't just come up and, yo, here, I rap. Yo, I hear that all day. We DJs hear that all day long. My mother raps right now. Like, I don't even care. It's just like, you got to have a certain approach and you got to be professional. Like, the same way, if, say, you're going to a job interview, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a million artists telling me the same thing. What makes you different? But your approach could be different, and it will make me be like, you know what? This dude was kind of cool. Let me check his joint out. I might play it on the spot, or I might tell you, like, yo, here's my email. Send it to me. Come out to my next party. If it got a vibe, I'll throw it on, and you can see the reaction for yourself. Like, I don't have to tell you the record's hot. The people will tell you. If I play a random record, either they're going to stop and look up, like, what the fuck is this? Or like, yo, who is that? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do to a lot of artists. You know, instead of putting all the pressure on me, like, oh, he works with this person, that person. He said it's hot. No, the people got to say it's hot. So I let you get your own feedback from whatever their reaction is. Sometimes it's a wake up call, and sometimes artists, you know, they go back to the drawing board. Like, all right, let me work harder. So.
So what advice can you give any DJs out there right now?
As far as DJs, the biggest advice I would tell you is to always pivot, man. Never stay in the same box. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was just talking, me and my shout to Brianna, she's here. We was having a conversation outside, and when the pandemic hit, a lot of DJs got stuck. I know a lot of DJs that sold their equipment, a lot of them quit, a lot of them, you know, like, I do this full time. I don't have a day job. So for me, I had to readjust and reinvent myself. I already had merch, but I reinvented my merch. I reinvented my whole online presence with, you know, Instagram Live, Twitch, you know, any platform I could get on. I would just not let my brand die down. So with DJs, I would say, if you're going to take this seriously, do more than just DJing. Be a personality, you know, be a radio person, have merch, be a brand, be a complete brand, like, of everything. So you always have something going on.
Definitely. Now, has success changed people around you?
Nah, I keep the same people, and one thing about me, like, if you know me for years, or if you ever met me, I'm the same person. Like, I've worked with the biggest stars, I've worked with the smaller stars, worked with local artists, I'm still the same person. Traveled the world, all that, and I'm still the same dude. So.
You don't have any new cousins? Anybody come out of nowhere?
Nah, I always get the random people that just, yo, I know you from, you know, I'll be like, all right, that's what's up. Like, thanks for the support. But, you know, I don't treat nobody.
Yeah.
I treat the doorman the same as the CEO of a company, you know what I'm saying? So.
Definitely, respect. So what are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm working on my project. I'm gonna drop an EP soon, hopefully by the fall. We're dropping the first record on Memorial Weekend, May 28th. It's called Pull Up, featuring Bags the Boss, produced by Wanye and another producer called T Made. It has a Barrington Levy sample in it. It's a hard record. We've been playing it for like the last month, a lot of DJs. So we're just gonna drop that first, and then also we're working on Kochi's project, which is an EP as well. We should be dropping that midsummer.
Okay. So my last question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, where do I see myself? Honestly, I think I'm gonna be more on the music making side. I'm always gonna DJ though. Like, it's like, you know, it's never gonna stop, because I have a following, I have an audience, and the crazy part is my audience just keeps growing with me. Like, it's from literally like A Boogie's fans, the young kids, to grown people. Because, you know, I do day parties, I do night parties, teen parties. I still do every type of event. So I'm always going to DJ, but I want to focus more on the music side and the branding side, which is like this hat, this logo. You know, it's called the Crown Gang thing. And, you know, just building the brand, just building, and eventually, you know, have a successful production company where I'll have more than 5 artists, you know, putting out projects and, you know, getting them deals and stuff like that.
Definitely. So how can people out there get in contact with you on social media?
You can find me on every social media platform at DJ Ominaya, DJ Ominaya, and you know, it's the same for everything. Find me everywhere.
Perfect. Also, at Soul Focus Life on social media. This interview is coming on soulfocusmedia.com. I appreciate you, man.
Of course.
Soul Focus.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man. Respect, man. We out of here. Yeah.
So focused, I respect you. We are outside right now. A little rain coming down and he's still working.
This is the first time I'm saying this. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this. Oh, that's a good question.
K Slate Drama King in the building.
This is your super awesome friend Puma.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Phoebe.
I'm Who Kid, man. You watching Team Focus Radio.
Team Focus Radio.
You are now tuned in to Team Focus Radio.
You watching Team Focus Radio.
Watching Team Focus Radio with So Focused.
We're so focused.
We're so focused.
Team Focus Radio. Tune in.
SoFocusMedia.com